They want you to believe that crypto is a fair fight between ideas. It isn't. From my desk, shadowed by the hum of liquid-cooled servers and monitors bleeding cold blue light, I can tell you it is a war of attrition. Ethereum loyalists are sitting in their glass-walled offices, watching their dominance bleed out on the dashboard in real time. It's a cold, digital hemorrhage. They thought speed was a secondary feature to purity. They were wrong. BNB Chain didn't just compete, it launched a narrative blitzkrieg. In the corporate world, we call this a narrative squeeze. You take the most exciting trend, and you build a gate around it that's too fast to ignore. That is the engine behind this move, YZ Labs. They didn't just build a pool, they built a siphon that moved the volume. Not in a trickle, but in a flood. Prediction pools used to be slow, clunky, expensive. Then came the AI-integrated models. They don't guess, they use recursive, on-chain auditors to quantify risk-to-reward ratios weeks before a traditional macro indicator even blips on a Bloomberg terminal. They forecast with a precision that makes traditional exchanges look like toys. If you're looking at the old charts, you're looking at a ghost town. Look at the data. Really look at it. The BNB narrative crush isn't a marketing slogan. It is a digital invasion. We are seeing a massive volume migration from traditional hubs to these powered pools. Why? Because the market doesn't care about your philosophy. It cares about liquidity. It cares about speed. These AI-enhanced forecasting models are siphoning the air out of the room. The financial sector is being hollowed out from the inside. Think of an empty bank branch that still has its lights on while the actual liquidity is flowing through a server in a different zip code. Most people are still arguing about decentralization scores while the vault is being emptied. Stop looking at the scoreboard. Start looking at the exit. This is a polywar. It's a logistical pincer movement. Front ends acting as the infantry, low-fee bridges as the supply lines, and AI agents controlling the high ground. It is a systematic dismantling of the traditional financial sector. When you control the prediction, you control the capital flow. BNB Chain integrated the AI tools directly into the low-fee layers. It was a checkmate move. While Ethereum developers were arguing over the next hard fork, the liquidity had already checked out. It's sitting in YZ Labs now. It's sitting in pools that don't need a human to tell them which way the wind is blowing. This is the new standard. Ruthless, quiet, and very, very fast. I spent years in boardrooms where we planned for disruption. This isn't disruption. It's a hijacking executed with military precision while the legacy gatekeepers are still checking their clipboards. The sheer speed of this integration is unprecedented. The prediction pools are the canary in the coal mine. They tell us where the smart money is moving before the headlines even catch a scent. If you think this stays in crypto, you're missing the big picture. This is how the next era of global finance looks. No logos, no hype, just cold, calculated code, doing the work that used to require 1,000 analysts. And because that code doesn't sleep, it doesn't wait for your sentiment to catch up. Don't get emotional about your holdings. The market isn't a family, it's a machine. Right now, that machine prefers the BNB route. It prefers the efficiency of AI-enhanced forecasting. The zeitgeist has moved on. You can stay with the loyalists and watch the horizon, or you can follow the volume into the shadows where the real gains are being calculated. This isn't a pitch, it's a warning. The door is closing on the old way of doing things. The shadows are where the truth lives. While the influencers are screaming about price action and moonshots, distracting you with the neon lights, the engineers are building the next big siphon. Prediction markets are just the beginning. The hijack is complete. But the war is just entering its second phase, the total migration of the settlement layer itself. It's the sound of the foundation shifting under a city while the inhabitants are still arguing about the paint. You need to decide if you're an observer, or if you're going to position yourself before the old world is written off as a rounding error. I'll be here, watching the code feed on the remains. Listen closely. I don't care about the noise, I only care about the ledger. If you want to see the specific on-chain patterns behind the YZ Labs migration, you need to look at the liquidity flows I'm tracking for the next update. I'll see you in the abyss. The ledger never lies.